Audio. We're live.
Hi, welcome to Gingerdale, our Riverdale after show. It is Thursday night. We are on episode. Oh my God, we're on episode 9, La Grande Illusion.
Yes.
And it hasn't been any more ginger than it has been this episode.
Oh my gosh, there were so many in one place.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So many gingers in one place. I was so afraid. I thought the world was going to collapse upon itself. That's what I heard, right? It's like time travel when it comes to gingers. If there's too many in one room, everything just goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was afraid, but some of them aren't real gingers, so I guess it was fine.
Yes. You guys know these two. Everyone knows these two.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, of course. First off.
Oh, thank you. Jasmin, what's up, you guys? I am a Riverdale returnee. I've played on most of Riverdale, if you know.
Uh-huh.
I should be louder. I want to be louder.
She loves to mess with the producer. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm just messing with it. But yeah, I love Riverdale. At first, I was so opposed to watching the show, and now I'm so obsessed with it. But yes, I'm a Riverdale returnee, and I'm so excited to be here. And to Miggy's right.
Well, thank you guys for having me again. I am a closet Riverdale fan. I really am. I know it's weird to say.
He killed the other girls to be here.
I did. People are missing today because I had to show up to be on this episode. But no, I do love Riverdale. Archie has a place in my heart, especially Archie's Mysteries. So yeah, exactly.
And even Archie, the guy playing Archie right now, I'm like,
no,
you want to tell us something, Daniel?
No. That's someone else that has that's not me. But yeah, I read the comics, and so the show I was amped for, and I do like it. It's a guilty pleasure. So yeah, that's me.
And so hello to everyone on YouTube. Can you guys hear us?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna fix the audio, so let's just take a quick second.
We'll take a quick second.
Gather our thoughts.
Bring it in. Come on.
No, just keep going. It's going.
So this episode was all about kind of delving more into the Blossom family history.
Yes.
Maple syrup commercial.
Yes.
You know, Aunt Jemima got nothing on the Blossoms apparently.
No, apparently even her lipstick is made with her maple syrup.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
catch that?
right? Yeah.
I wonder what she was saying.
She's just like, are you wondering why my lipstick's so sweet? The maple syrup's also in that. I'm like, girl, you need to tone it down with lipstick. Her lips are like a puffer.
Seriously.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's way too much.
Oh my god. Everything about her is too much.
Yeah, this show actually really pushed it.
Today's episode, because I was just like the fashion and the makeup and just like the whole it was very extra, it was very over the top. I don't know if I'm just not used to that. We skipped Riverdale for a couple weeks. I know it was on last week, but it was very extra. It was talking about heels and pearls and makeup and her lipstick and the holiday outfits looking
gosh.
Barbies. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird.
It was that whole decadence,
Yes.
just because hey, we have a lot of money.
Yes.
So here it is, and then you're just flaunting
Maybe
it
that's why I
with
felt that way,
thing.
because it was definitely the show is this episode was more centric on Veronica and Cheryl.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of both of them, and so I feel that's why this episode felt very excessive in the fashion department.
At one moment for me, I said it. I know while we were watching, but it felt like the redhead Get Out.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yes, it did.
At moments, I was sitting there,
yes.
and I was like, Archie, run! Archie, just run for your life!
I did feel
Don't
like
look
that.
back. Seriously. Because it was just oh man, he's gonna meet some guy, and he's gonna try to give him a handshake. The guy's gonna have a fit. It's gonna be all awkward. I just knew all of that was gonna happen.
And that's what it felt like.
That's what it,
So if you guys don't know what he's talking about, Daniel's talking about the movie Get Out, which was
And
really
if you haven't
good.
seen it, you're
It's really
the
good.
only person in the United States that
You have
hasn't
to
seen it.
see it in the comments. Let us know if you've seen it, what you think about it. If you watch this episode, was reminiscent of it, because Daniel, you hit it on the nail.
Hit it on the nose,
Definitely
right?
felt like Get
I'm
Out.
telling you,
Yes.
it really was. Poor Archie. I mean, so we started off with Archie getting approached or propositioned by the youngest Bloom or Blossom, and she goes right up and well, hey, my brother usually would, and that was so weird.
Wow,
itself.
topping on the maple topping.
Oh my god, yeah,
It's
my
weird.
brother would usually go, but he's
He's
dead and all, so maybe you can show up, because if I can't have incest with my dead brother, at least I can do something weird with you.
So
That's
weird.
pretty much how it was.
No, they're just discriminatory
So weird.
against non-gingers.
I think
He
so.
was the only one that fit the bill in town.
That's true.
The
True.
last
That's
ginger
true.
in town.
Oh, boy. But once he was like, oh, well, I have a girlfriend, I was like, oh, okay, he's out of it. He's not going to have to go. But then,
She
they
put
coerced him
the
into him.
guilt trip on him.
Definitely. Like, they just brought him right into it, where it was like, hey, you've got to be here. And I'm trying to figure out why. Why did we need him there? I didn't get it. But
I felt like because there was a lot of, in the beginning of the season, there was a lot of oh, you look just like him. Like the Blossoms kept coming up to him and be like, and she even said it in today's episode, the mom.
Oh my God,
Mrs.
yeah.
Blossom was like, oh, when the light hits you just right. And then she didn't finish, but obviously she was talking about how he looks just like Jason. And so even Cheryl said it. It's been alluded to so many times in the season that he looks just like Jason. And so I feel like that's why Archie is kind of taking his place, and they need a boy around that age, and he fits what Jason was: football, tall, fit, attractive, whatever, so, and looks like him, kind of a redhead like him, so it makes sense. Yeah. It was very weird. I mean, honestly, I saw this coming, Archie, them trying to bring Archie into the fold. Okay. And it was very interesting to see Archie deal with that in today's episode.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
Yeah.
But from there, what do we have? We have.
So Cheryl propositions Archie, and then
Yes.
there's the whole drama with Hiram and the land, the driving lands, and
Oh my
Veronica,
God.
and then Barb from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
She gets a spotlight this episode.
Yes.
Basically, her parents are always fighting and are threatening to break up or whatever. And she's really sad about it. So Veronica takes to her and befriends her and everything like that.
Veronica's still doing what's right. It's Veronica's my girl. I love it. She has this moral compass that's so strong. But, even though she talked about today that she kind of has, she's making up for it in a sense because she was particularly, nasty towards this one girl that tried to join her group or something like that. And so she's, making up for it in a sense. But she definitely has a strong, out of everybody on that show, she seems to be the most, straightforward. Even to the point where she's willing to testify against her dad.
Whoa.
Which is insane.
Man.
Yeah, and she loves her dad. She loves her dad so much that
does.
she called her mom out on it. And she's, when her mom was with Fred, cheating on Hiram, on, what's his name? Hiram, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Hiram,
yeah. Cheating on him. And she's like, but daddy, you can't cheat on daddy, blah, blah, blah. Even though, dad's in jail and left them.
Most likely he's cheating on the mom.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's true. But,
Yeah,
we never know. But she does have, a strong moral compass,
True,
So,
true.
yeah, I love how she just kept on doing that, and her and the whole Barb situation, which that to me was a huge twist.
It was.
Do you believe that Barb is being 100% innocent here? Do you believe she's manipulating the situation a little bit?
No, I thought so at first in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, some sketchy's going on. But then, no, I think they would have did a little reveal or a little nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I mean, this is a CW. It's not FX, so they're not going to be like,
drawn on long
yeah.
plan. That's true. Because I was actually going to say, oh, she's complete sketch, but you're right. It is CW. They're not going to, hey, we just dropped a few hints. You guys should have figured it out.
They're not
We're
big on the
dropping them.
foreshadowing too
That's
much.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's go to the YouTube chat real quick. Say
yeah.
hi to our people there. We got Ryan and Justine Thomas. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you. Let's see. We have Josh all the way in London town.
Yo,
He says
what's
it's
up, man?
6 a.m. over there. He woke up
What?
just to watch us.
Oh,
hey,
Josh,
thanks,
you're so
Josh.
sweet, Josh.
Spreading the love around
We love
the
you,
world.
Josh.
We appreciate it, man. Daddy's still fine. It's okay. It's all right.
We have Carlos
Sorry.
Martinez.
We get kind of flustered when we talk about you, Josh. We really do. I almost lost my everything right now.
Jezzer, what's up, man? Jezzer,
Hey, what's up, Jezzer?
I love how this is geared towards probably teenage girls, and we got all these dudes in here watching. We
Yeah.
love it,
It's
guys.
because of you, Mickey.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Ryan said we both look good. So.
Thank you. He said I look shiny. I'm glad you noticed the highlight is on fleek, so
What the
thank you so much.
What the f-
No,
Thanks.
said
Oh,
we
thanks.
think you're
Thanks.
far on the next line.
Yeah.
Can you give
look
Daniel
good.
some
Yeah,
love,
sure you
guys?
do.
Listen, this
some
is supposed to be
love?
a girls only show, so
Yeah,
we
that's
know
true,
that you
that's
killed
true.
off Jess and Maverick to be here. But
Hey,
listen,
look,
it's
I killed them off and I wore a cardigan for God's
Yes,
sake.
Maverick, Sarah.
all gone.
Hey, some changes must happen.
Oh, so the character's name's Ronnie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
there you
Wait, no, it's not.
No,
wait,
that's Veronica.
no,
That's Veronica.
Sorry, no, because Ronnie's that douchey, like that Asian guy that always drops those little pop culture things.
They call Veronica Ronnie.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretty sure.
yeah, but I got confused.
Oh,
'cause,
somebody-
There's
I
a character
don't-
named Ronnie on Riverdale.
Oh, okay.
Remember that
Okay.
guy?
Ronnie looks weird without the pearls. Oh yeah, he meant Veronica. But okay.
Yeah. Oh man, that was also weird. I mean, what kind of high school student wears pearls to
Mm.
school? That's
I would.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, especially if I was in high school when Gossip Girl was on, I would have totally did it.
Lisa Simpson over here. Really?
Yeah, Lisa Simpson was like 8 years old wearing some pearls. I'm
She
a pearls
was.
and lace girl.
Oh, look at you. Okay, well that's not bad.
Listen.
But-
Listen. When I went to high school, ain't nobody dressed up like this. This is so fucking extra. It's ridiculous. Okay. First of all, no one wears that amount of dresses. Like, seriously, I don't think Veronica's ever seen a pair of pants in her fucking lifetime.
In the
So
snow.
Catholic
in the
school girls,
snow.
I had to wear a skirt every day for 5 years.
This was in Catholic school.
But I'm
This
just
is not a
saying.
uniform.
No,
this
no,
is
not a
not
uniform.
mandatory.
Voluntarily
this is
chose.
every single thing she's wearing. It's just like what's that? What was that one book and TV show? Gossip Girl. This is so heavy.
She was talking about-
Gossip
she
Girl.
talked about it
Yes.
earlier. That's right.
Yes, and
that's-
it's just so crazy. It's just like. And I know they're like being true to the comics and everything, but it's it's too
definitely.
much. It's too much. And then like the pearls and the heels and the makeup and the hair that's done. Like, hello, in high school our hair was like all
What
over the
high
place.
school did you go
Forget
to?
I was an
Some
athlete.
Jew-
Yeah, exactly.
I was an
Exactly.
athlete, and I was an athlete for 4 years, and so to me, it's like we wore a uniform. That's the only time we wore a uniform. I was on game day, but our school was like super athletic. Like it was definitely a sports high school. But to me, it's so crazy how it's just like even it's winter and you see Cheryl and you see Valerie and you see Veronica all wearing dresses, and I'm like,
Heavy-
it's snowing.
Heavy like parka jackets, and then what do they have? Leggings and skirts.
Yes.
And I was like,
Dresses.
wait a minute, this just defeats the purpose.
Crazy. I don't wear dresses. Would you wear that in the winter? You're from the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Would you wear a dress and boots and like a parka in
Talking
the
about
winter?
Dead winter, snow.
Or would you wear
heavy.
pants?
In the snow.
I'm talking about,
And this
I'm talking
is
about 2
snowing.
feet
I mean,
worth.
I bet I have, just because if you do grow up in the East, it's just like,
You gotta be
whatever.
cold.
You're
It's a
already
particular-
acclimated.
You gotta do-
Yeah.
oh,
There's
okay.
a particular level, that's true. And then, but I just don't get it where they look like they were like.
Because sometimes it could be
Midwest.
warmer even when it's snow on the ground than the day before it actually snowed. It's
But
just
it was literally snowing at that
It
moment while
was
they were
weird.
talking. Snow was coming down, and they're like, "Well, you know what? You're a douche, Archie. I'm gonna walk away in my skirt."
In her prom
What the
dress.
fu- yeah, I was like,
Like,
"What the?"
please.
that was.
Please.
I like that dress though.
It was. It
Banging.
wasn't like dress. No, it wasn't like
I-
dress. But I was like, "Wow, just to go to the coffee shop, you're wearing this."
She looked like your Christmas tree.
Jezzer says you look great.
Aw,
Thanks,
thank you.
Jazzer. I appreciate it.
By the way, in the comments, you guys, real quick, just want to talk about our super chat feature.
What's super chat?
What is super
Super
chat?
chat?
What? Have you guys ever heard of
What?
super chat?
I will
Well-
tell you. I will tell you what super chat is.
Yes.
Super chat is this awesome feature in the comments that you can click. You can donate some money, and we'll highlight your comment. We will see it in big, bright color. All your money goes straight to that hashtag show and help support us do everything that we do here. And thank you so much if you decide to do it. And if you don't, that's fine as well. But if you have something really important you got to say and you want it highlighted, use that super chat feature. And yeah, just actually last night when we were doing a Legion recap
my
of the
gosh.
entire season 1, people were just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh my god, that's so crazy.
It was insane.
Yes.
I'm
but
ready
yeah.
to book my flight to South Korea. Visit
Oh
Brian.
yeah, heck yeah. That's what we're looking for. Let's send Migdalia over there to South Korea to start her singing career. As well.
South Korean Titanic.
Yeah, that's right. The
He's
South
just gonna
Korean
kill me
Titanic.
another night.
It's so great. It's gonna be so great.
Okay.
Let's see. Jezzer asked, why did the blossoms look like those Twilight vampires?
They
Which
do.
like
Whoa,
weeks ago, we were like
whoa.
talking about that.
So ridiculously pale.
Wait,
Like,
wait,
oh.
Jezzer, wait a second. How do you know what the Twilight vampires look like? Are you into Twilight? Because Twilight is shit. Like, I'll tell you that much.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows
everyone
a little
knows
bit
what they
about
look
Twilight.
like,
No,
yeah. They were
just super. All I know is that they're super white, like
no,
super
he
duper,
looks like that Jasper guy.
okay. You know what?
KKK white.
Okay,
Like,
Twilight was
holy
shit, but
crap.
I saw all three. I will not lie. Twilight is shit, I saw all three.
I don't know you.
The third one, I was so completely upset. I was, because it was like, finally, everyone that deserves to die is dying, which is everyone.
Okay.
Right? Everyone was dying.
Okay,
It
so
was
you should have been happy.
Oh, yeah, I was so excited. I was the
Okay.
only one in the theater, like, yeah, oh my
All
God.
these bunch of
oh, look at
12-year-olds
the wolf.
and, like,
oh, he gets crying.
Some random 50-year-old that has the whole thing
Seriously.
tattooed on her. Did
Oh,
you see
yeah, like, these little kids are crying. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm so glad that werewolf just bit that chick's face off. Oh, yeah, this is great. And then all of a sudden, she lets go, and you realize it's just like some dream sequence. Oh, son of a... I just got up and I walked
like
out.
lost.
I was so
Oh,
pissed.
no.
I was so pissed.
That is awful.
Oh, the
That
biggest
is
battle
horrible.
scene. All bullshit. So anyway, that's...
So
my
back to the
Twilight.
episode.
Yeah.
So basically, basically,
It was the whole
Basically.
winter kind of...
Yeah,
Tree tapping
they're
ceremony.
clearly in the holidays.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
a tree tapping
Yes.
ceremony, and that was the biggest part.
that
And like
whole
we said,
build-up was like
every-
corny.
yeah,
I was
right?
like, wait, that's it? She just did a little tap, and everyone's like,
And
Yeah.
that was it.
That's
That
true.
was it. But
It was
we
pretty
know
lame.
that the maple syrup has a lot to do with everything that happens in that town. It's why the Blossoms are rich. It's also why whatchamacallit
why they
family-
can eat pancakes?
Well, exactly. But also why what's her name's family
The Blossom
has,
family.
the Blossoms
Lodges?
the Lodges
Yes.
have that kind of stake where they hate them.
Yeah.
Because of the whole, our grandfather was, your grandfather killed our grandfather to take over everything with Maple, and you're horrible people. I'm just saying, it's true. It's true. That's exactly what happened. So I'm just like, I hate that part. That it's
the Hatfield and the McCoys.
It is, and it's so given. It's such a given.
Carlos
They did-
Martinez says you have a secret Twilight tattoo. Do you have a secret Twilight tattoo you want to show us?
All right, here.
No!
Oh my God, what are you talking about? Boys want to be a vampire.
No, Ryan,
someone
Jason looks... No, I thought Jason looked like Edward from Twilight, but then we pulled up the cast of characters weeks ago. He
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
Jasper. We're
Yeah.
like Jasper. I was
Yeah.
like, that guy is so distracting. He looks like he's from, like, the Twilight extras. or
Yeah,
something.
right. It's just like they were like, oh well, here's the composite.
There's this-
That's how it works.
A lot of these actors are just
do
way too distracting. The actor that plays Jason is too distracting because he looks plastic. Cheryl's lips are very distracting.
Yes. Her mascara is very distracting.
Veronica's
keep
mom's
waiting.
veneers are very distracting. I'm just like,
Yes.
oh
She
my.
has teeth like Carol Channing. It's like there's just a big block of white. She's like, hi. And you're like, what's going on? Oh God, her veneers are kind of distracting.
It's weird
But-
that she's like always in like a dress and heels as well.
yeah,
That's not weird. They're
Veronica's
from New
mom.
York.
but they're not in New York now.
But how's she
So
working?
you're not just gonna
But
like,
how is she
go
working at
back
a
to
construction
Podunk Town.
company?
You are.
got your
You're originally
clothes,
from
girl.
Podunk. You're originally from Podunk. You go to New York. You make it big. You sleep with some guy, take his money, and you come back to town.
We got
I'm just
a
saying.
super chat.
Oh.
Who's this?
Light behind shadow, $2. Show it, baby.
Oh,
What are
show
we
it?
showing?
Oh, he wants that
Showing?
tattoo. You,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
you can't see the
I
tattoo
mean-
because it's like skywriting at night. I have dark skin. You put it on, you won't see it. So it's sorry. I'm sorry. And it's like,
You're like
the
those
lower
football
you
players
go,
that get
yeah.
sleeves,
Yeah, I never
and I'm
get
like,
it.
no,
why?
no, it's like Tyrese.
Let's see that
He has
tattoo.
tattoos. That dude is Midnight Black. I'm sorry, I can say it. I can say it because I'm black. He's Midnight Black, and he has tattoos
Can't
all on his
see
arm. And you're like,
anything.
No
do you have
comment
tattoos
from
on
me.
your arm?
None.
Well, no, it's fine to say.
Or was it
It's
say-
fine to say that his complexion is so
Yes.
dark that you can't see the
Sure.
tattoos on
I'm
his
not gonna-
arm.
I can't-
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And it's just like, well, what's the point, dude? What's the point?
What's
And then
the
after that,
point,
he's
yo?
like, yo, let me get color. The only color you're gonna get is green. That's the only one that's gonna
Carlos
stay.
says you have a tramp stamp.
I probably do.
It's a
Actually, my
Twilight
car
tramp
has a
stamp,
tramp stamp. My
guys.
car has a tramp stamp. I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh.
So
Funny.
yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible that way.
Yeah. So
Speaking
tapping
of tramps, speaking of
Nice
tramps,
transition.
Cheryl is a horrible person. I'm just gonna say it. I am getting to a point
Is
where
she
I'm tired of
horrible
Cheryl.
or is she a teenager?
She's
oh, that's a
dealing
good
with
point.
stuff.
Yeah.
She's dealing
Okay.
with stuff. Like, listen, like, to be honest, like, maybe I'm a little biased towards Cheryl because everyone
Okay.
in the chat thinks that I'm like Cheryl the most.
Whoa.
But yes. Okay, no, seriously, chat, because we had this before where whoever was on the show, you'd say what kind of character we resemble the most, and I got Cheryl. So if you guys want to try again, you're more than welcome to. And this is a fun thing. So if you're new to the chat as well and you weren't there for this episode, let us know what character you think we resemble the most. So if you think Miggy is a lot like Betty, or I'm a lot like, I don't know, whatever.
Or Daniel's more like
Daniel's
the
like,
janitor
you
that
know,
you don't really
Daniel's
see too
Cheryl. I mean, whatever you want to do.
whatever.
Like, exactly. So you can pick, and that'll be like something fun for you guys to talk about while we talk about the show. But I think Cheryl, I like her. To me, we see like the realist to her, you know, to be honest. She's not fake whatsoever. We see full raw Cheryl every single episode.
Ooh.
We do. And so Cheryl
is very into herself.
Yeah. Well, not only that, she's dealing with, I think, what a lot of teenagers deal with. So she's dealing with the whole thing of like coming into herself, like, you know, becoming this woman. And she also is dealing with what is so funny.
I have no idea.
No, Josh said, "Did you just break your chair?"
We're in this fancy ass room, Josh. That there's
Sorry, this is
Actually-
where
okay.
the funds
I thought I
this is
broke
where the
it.
funds are going, guys. So we can have
This
a
is a
screening room.
funny.
no, but we see her, you know, dealing with the death of her brother, and at first she's taking it calm and collected, and then she becomes a mess, and this is what death is like. Like at first, you know, it's
parents
not
are terrible.
like it's not sorrow the whole way, misery the whole way. There are times where you grow stronger, and there's times where there's grief and regret and anger, and we see emotion from her. We're not seeing a lot of emotions from anyone else. Like Betty has like weird personalities where she had that one time where she like donned that whole like Britney Spears womanizer
Well,
like
they
fucking
seem to
music
have
video
dropped the
thing.
whole Betty Adderall
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, they so
did.
quick.
We don't
So
see
quick.
anything with Veronica. We don't see emotions from her, like an emotional range. She just
Well,
there
she kind of
isn't-
just broke down in the bathroom.
wow. That was extra. But no,
These girls.
but we don't really see.
Yeah.
I think we see the most from Cheryl. I think she's the most interesting character to watch. You know, for sure. So I like her. I like Cheryl. I think
she's
not
multifaceted.
evil,
I agree.
and like even her right now in the last scene where she's like crossing everyone's face out, like, you know, that's just like, again, like that's something. It's emotion, you know, and it's something she's going through. Like, how many of us like dealt with like friends that betrayed us, or a boyfriend or girlfriend that cheated on us or something? And then we're just like, and
That's
Kind
how I
of be
got
partly
on.
in your lie.
Well, that's how I
Well,
got on the show.
I
I
mean,
crossed out a lot of
shit
people's
happens.
faces.
oh, she said, "What kind of people are in your life?" And I said, "Shit happens."
That's true. That's true.
So I like Cheryl. I do like
Okay,
her. I
I
like
get
her a
it.
lot.
So
And-
she is relatable in that way because she is one of the only characters that does show, or at least any level of emotion. Or
Yeah.
everyone else becomes almost autonomous. They're just kind of
You
like,
can tell it's not fake. Yeah, it's not like watching her. I don't feel like we're watching like a TV. We're watching like a real teenager. You know, I'm dealing with teenagers right now. Like I have a couple teenagers. Like my little cousins are 16. So it's just like I see it, the emotional range, and like hers, like it matches it the most. You know, no one's that put together like Betty is put together, like Veronica's put together. Like no one's put that together, and I can see Cheryl.
I don't know. I wouldn't call any of them put together.
well, as far as the way they react
Maybe
and-
one-dimensional, but
There we go.
Okay.
Brian and Justille asked, "Why did Cheryl kiss Archie?"
I was okay. I wanted to ask that
Oh, that's such a good question because it could be one of two things.
we are now we are
Dot,
so
dot,
into
dot.
you right now. Like we
All
are
right.
like what?
So one of two things. I think she just the good side is she just really had a moment where she felt close to a guy. There's been nobody that's really been there for her. Look at Cheryl. She doesn't really have friends. She has the River Vixens. And yes, I am. Oh my God! She has the River
Yes.
Vixens, but it's like this facade, you know. It's just like, this is like a thing we have at school, but outside of school, she's lonely. She doesn't have anybody, and Archie was there for her in the moments where she really needed somebody. She really needed someone to be there at that maple syrup thing, the tree tapping. She needs somebody at that dinner.
Because she did feel alone.
Yes,
I
and
get
so
that.
she
I
could
get
really have a
that.
moment. It could be B, because her parents are setting her up, and this is part of the setup. Because like I thought the whole fight that she had with her dad was like kind of fake and kind of a setup to be like, oh no, boo-hoo, and it's like damsel in distress. So I thought that was a setup. Or C,
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too.
I thought they were like playing it up for some reason.
Heck yeah.
But it's just melodrama.
Yeah, I think so. Well, who knows? It might still be playing it up. And then C, of course, is our dark theory that
R. You're talking right now.
our dark
Our
theory
theory.
Oh my
God.
That this shit is incestual.
Yes.
And
yes.
he looks way too much like Jason.
Yes.
And Cheryl and Jason clearly had a thing.
Incestuous.
Clearly.
That is your word of the day at the episode.
There we go.
Incestuous.
Did I fuck that up?
Yeah.
Yes, I
No,
did.
she said incestual.
I said incestual.
Incestuous.
She listens a word at once an episode.
English is
Yeah,
not my
that's
first
fine.
language. There we
Yeah,
go.
exactly. There you
this
go.
is my thing.
Say a sentence in Arabic then.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
What? Okay, sure. Kif halik.
That's not a sentence. That was 2 words.
It means how are you?
I don't know. That was too
Okay.
short. Let me see.
like it.
2 words can slow me. You can slow me a sentence.
Carlos Martinez says, asked me, as a girl, do you think Val was being fair to Archie?
Oh, right.
Did you eat all the candy, did you?
No, there's more here. We got
Yeah.
now laters, guys.
Yeah, we got our
Is
leaders.
this banana?
The Val thing was a little bit weird to me because we haven't really dived into their relationship much. It's all been pretty superficial.
What are we
Like,
talking
Val, Carlos asked me, as a girl, do you think
Oh,
Val was
Valerie.
being fair?
Oh, that was weird because I didn't think they were a couple until Archie said, like, oh, I have a girlfriend. I'm like,
Are you
serious?
serious?
Oh,
Really? You and Valerie?
No,
are
they've been
dating
doing
'cause
PDA for like the last 3 episodes.
They were holding hands at one time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I'm saying, like, I find it weird because it was more so superficial. Like, they would probably just do, like, this and maybe like a peck on the lips or whatever. So
Yeah.
when she's like,
Yeah.
sorry, Archie, you're always ditching me and whatever, there was no build up to that.
Well,
there was no establishing a real relationship.
There's a line, and it's weird to say. There's a line in the Adele song where she says, "You were just a space. You were filling a space that happened to be free." And it feels like that's exactly what Archie was doing with her. Like, I just needed you to fill a space that happened to be free because I want to pick Betty. I really want to pick Betty. But since I can't pick Betty right now, I need to have something. And here you are. And it's unfair to her. Because the thing is, she's like, I really like you. We have a lot of the things that are the same. You know, I like music, you like music. Your composition is amazing. I feel, she puts him on a pedestal. And he's kind of like, oh, yeah, you are there. And then just whatever. He doesn't care. And that's why she was like, well, I'm tired of you, like, dodging me. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I thought she was going to say the point, you know what? If you want to be with Betty or
But I
Veronica,
didn't
you
see
need
that.
to choose that. and
I
leave.
still didn't see that because there was, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, but I didn't see like any type of scene where they had plans and he happened to forget.
No, I didn't see it either.
Or something like that.
That's
It's
why I
just
was
more
surprised when
so
he's called with a
Valerie's
girlfriend.
not there. Valerie's not in the storyline or
No,
part of it or
never.
anything.
No,
Yeah.
when it comes to being related or connected to him.
Right.
You never see her
so
there
you
with
can't say like Archie was ditching her. She
Oh my
wasn't
God, you
even
guys
in the
making all the noise
scene.
together,
Yeah.
killing it. They're like, oh, this is so great. Sorry, guys, we are eating now.
Josh, keep us.
Our episode is sponsored by
We are
Dilator.
children.
So, our episode is sponsored by Dilator today. So,
So
Dilator
was
is
she being
Funimation.
fair to
That's right.
Archie? I don't know.
Have you seen the memes, by the way?
oh, no.
Oh, and by the way, there
love
was
memes.
this past weekend at WonderCon, there was cosplay from Archie. There's this girl. Shout out to this girl. Her name is Damfino on Instagram. She is like the 60s and 70s reborn now, and she did Betty from that one episode where when they did the Archie comics intro where Jughead actually had his crown and had the letter on his shirt. So she did Betty in the same exact fashion that she was wearing, the skirt, everything, and she looked fantastic. And she wore it to WonderCon, and she looked great. She looked so good. But that was the only I can't really cosplay Archie that much, but she looked great. And so
Sure you could. Flaming red hair and a jacket.
Sure, I mean, but then I would actually think Fry from Futurama.
That's right.
I wouldn't think so much.
But Jughead is one you definitely
Jughead
do.
you can. I heard
Jughead and Betty.
I heard someone was Jughead at WonderCon. I didn't
love to
see
do
it.
that. I would love to
WonderCon
see
was
that.
huge. It was like 100,000 people. But yeah. So someone did. What were we talking about?
We were just talking about Val and you jumped into me.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what the memes. That's what the memes.
Oh yes, and also what's really funny is I've been
But you're saying the memes?
I've been getting more into the Riverdale lore
World.
on Tumblr and Twitter, especially Tumblr, which is huge already. Just because if you guys don't know, Cole Sprouse, one of the twins from Dylan and Cole Sprouse that were in Big Daddy, that were in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, they've had this fan following for 20
He
years.
says that on the movie.
And what?
On Big Daddy, he goes, "Why? Don't leave. I can wipe my own ass." It was so cute. I love that scene.
He's the cutest. But they've had this huge fan following for the longest time because they kind of like grew up with everyone right now that's watching Riverdale is like their age. And so, like, they have this huge fan following, and Cole Sprouse is actually a huge nerd. So, speaking of WonderCon, he was actually supposed to be at WonderCon in a tuxedo mask cosplay. And he took a picture of, I think, the hat and the visor or the mask, tuxedo mask. And he said, it came a little too late next time, guys. And, like, everyone flipped out that he was going to cosplay tuxedo mask.
Right, I would have lost.
Who was, like, the sweetheart of the 90s.
Tuxedo mask cosplayers, too.
That would have been
tuxedo masks.
What's up? Why is tuxedo mask trending in the cosplay world?
The 90s is always, well, he's like a 90s star, so for him to be a 90s, and he loves anime too, so for him to be like a 90s.
He's not a 90s star. Big Daddy was in 99. He's a child.
Okay, 90s, 2000s, I consider that together. But you're right though, so like the 2000, early 2000. But yeah, so... I forgot what we were talking about. Valerie, right?
Yeah.
And then we talked about memes.
Cosplay.
Sorry, and then but the memes. So this is a Tumblr thing. Like a bunch of memes come from Tumblr as well. And so there's these memes about Archie's struggles versus everyone else's struggles in the show.
The BuzzFeed article.
Yes. Well, BuzzFeed steals from everything. Sorry, BuzzFeed.
Exactly.
You do when you don't credit. You didn't credit any of my cosplayer friends in that quiz that you put up from WonderCon.
But that's not BuzzFeed. That's the article writer.
Well, article writer that represents BuzzFeed, get your shit together, credit people, and credit the memes, and credit the people who make them.
BuzzFeed does have a douche history of being
They
like
do. They have a notorious history of not crediting photographers, not crediting cosplayers.
What are you going into
Moving
right now?
on.
I'm sorry, guys.
I am the queen of segues.
But
back in. But yeah, so there's a lot of memes that was really funny talking about how like Archie's struggles are next to none.
Keith, we can't pull that up on the screen.
And we'll find some memes to throw on the screen for you.
I don't know if that was a yes or a
But
no.
it's really funny because like Jughead is dealing with like not having a home and his dad being an alcoholic.
He's
and
living somewhere now. He's not dealing with that anymore.
And we have Betty
Archie.
dealing with Polly and her dad and mom. We have Ethel dealing with her issues, Veronica, her dad in the jail, and Cheryl losing her brother, and her parents are toxic. So everybody in Riverdale is dealing with huge fucking issues, except for Archie, who's like, oh, am I gonna get into, I have stage fright, or, you know, Valerie doesn't want to talk to me anymore, and it's very
oh man, the teacher I'm
frivolous.
banging is just left.
Yeah.
My life is ruined. Really?
Yeah.
The teacher you're banging? The hot teacher you're
The
banging
stage fright one
left.
just really killed me, because I was just like, the whole episode was him not wanting to get on stage, and then everyone else is dealing with heavy-hitting issues.
like,
it's like
you know,
Degrassi.
I wanna commit suicide, man. Oh, really? That sucks. I can't get on stage, bro. Oh, really, Archie? Is that your fucking problem?
So his friend on the football team gets kicked out, you know, of school, and he's just like, I can't get on stage. So it's really funny that there's like this ongoing meme of how Archie is just like, he's not on the same. No, well, yeah, but I mean, he's just so serious about the issues he has that are not even issues. They don't hold water compared to everyone else's. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I was saying.
Keith, the article's on my Facebook page. Sarah tagged us in it.
Just put Riverdale memes.
Or no, Riverdale BuzzFeed article.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was my spiel about
So let's
random
let's
things.
switch gears real quick to Betty and her family. So as we saw last episode, Polly did go and move in with the Blossoms, and she's not speaking with her family.
Right.
And you know they're a little bit tired. Oh my God, I want Polly back! And suddenly they want fucking Polly back after the mom sent her away.
Yep.
And it's just like now she's like breaking down. I want my daughter back. And I was like, girl, you started first. She did not betray you. You betrayed her and her trust first.
Oh my God.
So it feels this sense of entitlement and this despair. It didn't ring true for me.
No. The brick through the window, though, that was like way heavy-handed.
I was stupid.
I would have did that.
Really?
Slowly picked it up.
Her husband is a douche twat.
Wow, a douche twat.
First,
a cunt satchel.
First, let's go back. First, he suggests that she gets an abortion with her own child. Then, their daughter, he suggests that she get an abortion. Then, and then he fires her from the paper, locks her out.
Okay.
He's lucky that's all that happened to him.
I'm going to be devil's advocate and take the opposite role. I actually don't think the dad's a douche.
Ooh.
The thing is, a lot of parents aren't ready to have a kid. and they sacrifice a lot of things in their life to make having a kid happen. It takes your whole life changes. Your focus is no longer on you. It's now on your kid. I do not blame him for when he was a dad for saying we should have an abortion and suggest that to his wife, because guess what? His whole life switched direction once you have a kid.
Pause. He specifically said you weren't ready for a child. Yeah. He didn't say we weren't ready for a child. He didn't say I wasn't ready for a child. He was trying to decide for her.
He was trying to decide for her, but then when he said, you're not ready, maybe she wasn't ready. We don't know what the situation was like. Then he tried to do the same thing for Polly and was just like, you're not ready for a child. Now, keep in mind, Polly is in high school. She's a senior, probably a senior. Like, they were going to be seniors, right? Yeah. And she might have not been ready for a child. Honestly, as a parent myself, like, a kid in high school is not ready to be a parent. It's not. And I don't think anybody in the world agrees that a kid in high school is ready to be a parent. You're not even 18. You can't even buy cigarettes. Yeah, you can't buy alcohol. Like, you can maybe join the army, but it's just like, you're not ready. There's no way your body might be physically ready. Mentally, you're nowhere there, especially in the United States. Like, it's you're not ready. Like, if you're ready, you're definitely not ready. Not ready.
I agree with that, actually.
So for him to tell Polly, he didn't push her down the stairs. He didn't stab her in the stomach. He didn't give her chemicals. Like, these are all routes that he could have taken if he was truly a horrible person.
That's true.
He
He
suggested
didn't put her in a hot tub
abortion. He said, I think you shouldn't. He was strong about it. And parents having a strong suggestion.
Checking out of this argument.
No, but seriously, a parent having a strong suggestion about their kid, like, who the fuck is going to take care of the baby? Him.
It was going to be her and Jason, and they knew that.
Jason
His
died.
motivations were purely selfish. He specifically said, I do not want a blossom child.
That too, but why did he not want a blossom child?
Because of the feud that his
Because-
grandfather had.
Okay.
2 generations removed. It's
Still legitimate. It's still a legitimate
No,
reason.
that doesn't make it still legitimate. That's just a fallback for him. That's a
Well,
cop-out.
I think that, and the reason was he hit that cop out after hitting the wall with something that made sense. She wasn't ready.
She wasn't.
It's true. She wasn't ready. But then after that, the mother was like, well, how dare you, blah, blah. He's like, well, fuck, I don't know what else to say. I just didn't want that child. Like, he's gonna lash out.
And
that's
yeah,
exactly what he
and
did.
he has every right
But
as a parent to lash out.
Logically, at the beginning, saying, yo, she just wasn't ready, that should make sense.
Yeah, no parent's gonna sit down and be like, honey, I don't think you're ready. Like, what kind of fucking parent is that? Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, if I was a parent, I'd put my foot down. I'm like, if you're bringing a baby into this household, I'm gonna probably have to take care of it. Well, your ass goes
But they
into
weren't.
else.
They were going to go away. You guys are acting like she was just going to slum it up in her parents' house. Her and Jason were going to go raise this child somewhere else.
The problem is they're not ready for it, and now running away with the child when you're not ready for that child's gonna die.
Oh my God!
They were trying to. Well, no, he's right because they didn't have means. They were gonna sell drugs. Is that
no? He sold drugs one time just so they could run away.
No, I remember she did point that out.
Yes.
He only sold them once, so he had this amount of money.
But that makes it okay, right? That justifies it. Like that justifies him selling drugs.
You have to think about that.
Come on.
Okay. So
you don't have the money. You're not ready. You're running away to do this. It's just wrong. Like, you should not have had protected sex. And if abortion is better for you and within the first trimester, then,
I don't know.
So be
I'm
it.
just saying it takes a village. It takes a village. And you were running away from the village to have the kid. I don't know how helpful that was going to be. I don't know how helpful that's going to be for
I don't know
you
if they
guys.
were running away to have. I think they were running away because they knew that it was like a Romeo and Juliet thing. They knew that both sets of parents wouldn't approve, and then that was beautiful. We want this baby. We want to share this baby. We want it to have a healthy household, and we want to get away from you guys. We want to love the baby and it to grow in love, and you guys are hatred. I understand that much. If they were older and it wasn't an accident and it wasn't a situation, that's all I'm trying to say. Give it 5 extra years in their 20s, like that would be better.
I gotta point this out. Josh said something.
What did he say?
She's an idiot.
I couldn't see anything.
There was a section in my senior yearbook specifically dedicated to students with their own kids. What the?
No.
You were in Florida. That's
Larry
the answer.
Newbill, thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Welcome in, going back to sleep.
Oh my gosh, Larry.
Wait, we got
so sweet.
We got the memes coming up. We got the memes popping up.
Memes are coming.
Thank
Memes
you,
are
Larry.
coming.
We appreciate it because
Larry.
of what you donated. We were able to show that meme. See, that's what happened.
And maybe get ramen after the show.
Yeah.
It goes straight to hashtag production. Don't listen to me.
Yes,
Migdalia.
Carlos. He
goes straight
just
to our
sold drugs
production.
the one time to have money so they could run away.
Is that okay?
No one said that was okay. The whole point is talking about the dad and whether the wife was justified in throwing a damn brick through the window. Like, she didn't, like, smack the shit out of him or anything.
Okay.
We're just talking about a brick through the window.
That's true.
I'm
That
saying
is
how
true.
the dad's not a douche. And that's what I was saying. The
So,
dad
you're
has a
playing
right
devil's
to be
advocate.
angry.
I don't know.
If
we will agree to disagree.
If I was a father and I like spent my whole life taking care of this family and making money and raising money for the family and putting them in school and taking care of them and being a good father, and at the end my daughter did that to me, woo!
Being a good father,
Well,
banishing
down.
your
Now,
teenage
here's
daughter
the
to some
thing.
kind
Here's
of
the thing.
nunnery? No.
Now, see, here's the thing I gotta ask.
Yeah.
What do you mean when you say the father doing it to you?
What, doing it to me?
What were they doing to you when all they were doing was having a kid? It's something that they did and they chose to do. But you said doing
Got
it
it.
to you.
Okay,
That's why I'm asking.
maybe it comes from like a different cultural perspective that when you hit 18 doesn't mean you suddenly like, okay, bye parents, peace the fuck out, I'm out. Like that's not the way it exists in the other. So the west side of the world, maybe this exists.
That's
on the
true.
east side of the world, I'm sorry, that's in Asian and Middle Eastern cultures and heritage. That doesn't happen. Your children, like you're a child for life with your parents. Like your parents are everything to you.
Okay.
So for them, like in American culture, for them to be like, oh well, I'm 17 and I'm going to have a kid and you're gonna deal with it, that doesn't exist, honey. I'm sorry. Just because now you're 17 years, like who took care of you for those 17 years? Who raised you? Who put you in
But you
school?
said it yourself.
Who-
We're not in that part of the world.
No, I know,
That's true,
and this
that's
is where my
true. No, but
that's my
that's why I
opinion
asked.
comes
I
from.
wanted
Yeah,
to
no,
know, yeah.
totally. I understand. Listen, I don't think that dad should have put her in the nunnery. He should have had her at home. He should have talked to her and be like, I think abortion's the right way to go. Absolutely should not force her any other choice whatsoever. Putting her in that nunnery was wrong as well. But I don't blame the dad for being mad. I don't blame the dad for making that a suggestion and an option because it's a suggestion and it is an option.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't push her down the stairs, which
He probably would try to.
I mean, he did.
Doing by the
He
staircase.
And every time
I
she's
think
like,
the whole fact that
Dad,
she was
something
in
fell
that,
again.
the whole reason why she was in that nunnery place, like first of all, that was an agreement on the dad and mom's behalf. It wasn't behind the mom's back. And second of all, it's a place where it's because of like this whole fucking show is all about like reputation, the way you like the way
Yeah.
everything is seems. So obviously, when you put like the minute we were like we found Polly in the nunnery or whatever, like I bet she's pregnant. She's
Yep,
pregnant. Like
yep.
come on,
We
that
knew
was
immediately.
easy.
We called it.
Yeah,
We
and it
called
was
it.
just for reputation's sake. For
That's
that
true.
again, that's wrong. But the whole show revolves around.
I mean, truth of the
That's-
matter was, if I was in that situation, I probably would have kept her home and just tried to keep bugging her with the rhetoric of abortion while she slept. Abortion.
Have you seen the Disney show?
Or playing like tapes of just abortion stuff.
Oh my
like,
God.
No, not like visual. Like while she
Dexter's
sleeps.
Laboratory when you go to
Yeah,
sleep.
while
I'm
she
gonna do
sleeps.
fromage. Abortion.
Abortion. Like she's listening to calm, soothing music,
That's
and every once in a
awful.
while.
That's awful.
It was just like, hopefully I can see her singing. And she's like, you know what? I think today's the day I'll have an abortion. Oh, baby, that's amazing.
Speaking of
But
theories that
it
people
won't
got
happen.
right, I knew that Polly was being some kind of double agent.
Oh, you did.
I called
There
that
you go.
last
That's right.
week.
Good job,
right.
Lee.
That's
Yo,
true.
so Polly is only in there to get some information about Jason's death.
Yeah. But what information is she really going to get from the Blossoms? Concerning his
Because,
death.
well, it
The whisperings they do, like
It
they
stemmed
did.
back like a few episodes when they're
Yeah.
acting super sketchy, and we did theorize that they're on the suspect list right now,
Well,
especially the way they like threatened Cheryl.
The fathers, actually. We said, remember how that one time when both of the fathers were talking, then at the end of the episode it revealed that the, whatchamacallit, the ones that aren't rich.
Everyone else?
Polly's family, Polly's dad, ultimately did something where he stole the files. But we said that
Yeah.
maybe the fathers got together and somehow they ended up
Maybe.
killing the son or something like that. I mean, still the family probably does have a hand in it, but they're staying away from that now. They're not really
Do you
giving us
remember
those
in
hints
the
anymore.
beginning when I said I think Veronica's family has something to do with the death? Mm-hmm. And now, finally, in this 9th episode, they're figuring out that the dad had something to do with it.
Yeah.
And I said that's they're probably a part of this.
See, so it just feels to me like almost everybody's a part of it. I'm
Well,
like,
yeah.
what's going on here? Everybody got together just to kill
It's
this one
a
kid? Like,
Whole
God.
season based on like an SVU mystery. But instead of an hour long, it's like,
Seriously.
well,
Some
I mean, we got
dark little.
Well, dude, a body shows up in the woods, shot in the head, and it's frozen. Are we still forgetting
And someone's
that we
pregnant?
found a
Like-
frozen dead body
Yeah.
in the freaking like woods? No one's still talking about
So,
that.
No,
we
we
give it
Everyone's
dropped
body
a couple
frozen.
of things that have been established before that little break that we took.
Right.
The 3, like we said, Betty's like mental capacity or whatever you want to define it as. Yeah, more about Jason's death than we're even kind of dropping that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's centered like on, in the beginning it was heavy on the murder mystery aspect of the show.
Yes.
And now we're just diving in, trying to develop our characters more and their family histories. And Jason's death is just kind of like a backdrop.
Okay.
It is.
That is brought up every once in a while. It's still there, but it's not as heavy as it was in the beginning of the season.
Yes. It seemed to be the main focus for the first few episodes, and now
even Betty and Jughead, they were really hard in finding Jason. Jason. Now it's just like part of the tail end of the episode, you know.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because his death happened 4th of July weekend, around, and now I'm assuming it's about November, December with the Christmas trees and the color scheme and everything.
Snow.
It's snowing, so I'm assuming it's like December now. So it's been like a good 3-4 months, and there's a lot of other issues that are happening. And this could also be like, you know, they moved from New York to this town, to Riverdale, and now they bought the land and they're trying to stake their claim, and now we're realizing that more families are involved that go to the Riverdale school.
Yeah.
Like what's her face, Barb from Stranger Things family.
Oh yeah.
Hodges something.
Man.
No, Carlos, don't try to steal my theory like a week later. I said that shit last week.
She did, Carlos.
He says, I think
man.
Polly is trying to get close to Cheryl to find information on Jason's death.
Ryan Ninja Steel, thank you for hanging in there. I see that you're tired. Shout out to you.
I'm
Thank
tired,
you. We
too.
appreciate that. And trust me,
We only have a little
we are
more
tired
left, you
too.
guys, like 15, 20 more minutes.
Yeah, so let's switch gears to Hermione and Fred. That just went icy
boy.
cold real quick in
Man,
this
Fred,
episode.
my boy, slammed her down. Good for you.
Yeah.
Seriously. Good for you,
So,
Fred.
yeah, so
She deserved
Hermione
it.
has been, like, torn about telling Fred that they actually own the land that he's working on. And that was the thread throughout the whole episode, and how what Hiram and what the company did is hurting like families that have invested in this company.
Okay.
So it's almost like that pyramid, that Bernie Madoff thing.
Yeah, it's
almost
Enron
like
and
that.
everything.
Yeah.
It's a
Dude,
hedge
when they
fund.
were walking away from the tree tapping ceremony in the beginning, that felt so much like Get Out. It was ridiculous.
Oh, it did.
And
It
then the
did.
dinner scene, I was
Get
just
Out.
like, this
That was
feels
like
like, you know how they're like talking to
20
each
minutes
other?
ago.
Dude, it felt so
Sorry,
much
it
like
did,
it was
it did, it
crazy.
did.
It was crazy.
But okay, but
taking
you were
a
saying.
car
I'm sorry. You were saying.
Just saying. I had
But you were
sugar.
saying.
The ADD is strong.
Yeah. So, and then towards the end, she finally tells him, "Hi, Hiram. Hiram, we actually own this property. I don't know the dad's name, but the Blossom
Clifford.
guy,
Clifford.
yeah, Clifford did not send those guys to beat up one of the teenagers.
Hiram
Hiram found
did.
out about us."
Yep.
Oh
And
yeah.
then,
Yep.
yeah, so he had to take a moment to himself, but he
Yeah,
was
but he was
clearly
like, she's
upset.
like, she's playing two teams. She's like trying to get it in with Fred because she needs that like love and emotion. And then they had a thing way back in the day. Way
Which they
back in the
rekindled.
day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then at the same time, like, you know, still sticking to her hubby's side by like wanting to defend him in this coming trial and having this land and trying to like vitalize their business in a positive
Sure.
light. And so she was playing both sides. So when Fred slammed her down, I was like, good for you, Fred. Like, thank you. Fred is also the person on like a very straightforward track. We got Fred and we got Veronica, and everyone else is a huge question mark.
Well, see, I feel that Fred is at a point where he's like, you know what, I'm tired of playing the role of the other guy.
Yeah.
I want to
don't
actually
want
be
to.
the guy. I want to be main dude.
Demanded
I don't wanna be-
20%.
I don't want to be your side dude. I want to
Yeah.
be your main
Your
dude.
side
That's
bitch.
it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I don't want to be a side
And I
bitch.
want 20%.
Bye, Josh. Josh is leaving. He's gonna go have breakfast at his hotel.
Ooh,
Is it tea
look at me,
time, Josh?
Yeah,
Dude.
when the tea time? Is
Bring
it,
us
like,
some
early in the
English
morning?
tea.
Oh my god, and like the biscuits. Oh my god. I love
Not
me some
PG tips, because we can actually buy that here.
Yeah, exactly.
I want authentic stuff.
Yeah, I want like real British tea if they let you bring it, or
Bring
I don't
us
know
that
if Trump's
candy.
gonna stop you from.
Tim Tams?
No. It's called Lion, actually. It's really good. It comes in that like multi Nestle pack, and I really, really want that.
That's a possibility.
I think, you know what was the cutest thing, honestly, and it made me like really happy. The one thing that made me very happy this episode is seeing Jughead and Betty still together. And when they were like, he's just like, you got this, and he was like pep talking Betty. But Betty's like, I think like in times of crisis, we either you get closer together or you fall apart, and I feel like we're falling apart. And he just gave her this pep talk, and I'm like, that felt so good to hear. Like Jughead just was just like, you're stronger than your dad, you're stronger than your mom. I just bit my lip. I'm really sorry. Like
Enjoy it now. It's gonna come crashing down.
Yeah, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I was just like, it felt good to like hear him be like that, because honestly, like all the dudes on the show so far have been shit. You know, like all the guys have been like tools, and the only person who's not a tool is like what, Archie, and he's just in a that's weird in a situation. And then we have the gay best friend. I keep forgetting his name. We don't see much of him. And then we have Jughead. Kevin, yeah. And we see Jughead, and Jughead was like, it's just a stand-up guy. And I thought that was great. I thought it felt really warm.
Jughead's got a little dark side. Look at his dad.
Well, his dad is the dark side. He is still very...
The dark side.
Very vanilla. Very nice. Very cool. Very good. But everyone else, either they have a dark side or they're just kind of oblivious to some things.
What do you guys think about... what do you guys think about Veronica's little breakdown after she heard that Barb's dad was tried to commit suicide?
Boy.
I felt like she shouldn't have just like broke down crying. I felt like I wanted to see like rage come from her, not like this crocodile tear. Like it was very fake. It was really
it was
bad.
Melodramatic. Make it about myself.
CW, you could have done that better.
But then again, you have to also realize at that moment, what can she do? So she
I want to see her punch something.
At that moment she felt so helpless.
Yeah.
And it was like that feeling of, well, I know this is connected to me, but it's not directly me, but all this is happening, and nonetheless, my family still profits from it.
Yeah.
It kind of tears her down, where it's like, these are friends, these are people I'm trying to connect with.
Yeah.
I want to make a lifelong bond, but I can't due to the sins of my father, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, she felt helpless. And when there are moments where you're overwhelmed with emotion like that, there's nothing else you can do but just...
I agree.
I need to have a good
breakdown. I like how she tore the whole necklace thing was very symbolic. I like that a lot.
It was.
I really like that she did that. But I wanted rage. I wanted her to like grab it, like just like scream or something. Like that's what I was waiting from her. I didn't like croc. Yeah, that's what I felt like would have fit a lot better. And
like
also,
one of those slow motion screams where you don't hear it, but you just hear like.
Yes, they could have done it better.
Like that? Yeah.
That would have been perfect.
Oh my God. Look at Mary J. Blige video. Like, one of those. It would have been good. That would have been better, actually. It would have been even far more authentic.
My forehead looks kind of shiny on here. Guys, you didn't tell me. I could have, like, powdered. Hold on, let me powder my head.
Oh my God.
I should got one of those toilet paper covers.
So, chat.
Toilet seat covers.
Tell us, chat, what your favorite scene was. What your
Who are your top 3 suspects?
That's
We
what I
are
wanna know.
on
That's what I
episode
wanna
9
know.
right now.
We have
No, I'm asking you guys.
No, I'm just saying, but we have like 6 episodes.
But I think we were introduced to all the potential suspects by now.
Yeah.
I have no idea anymore. I'm out. I can't tell you who I think killed Jason anymore. I'm gonna think. You know what? Honestly, if I have to pick one person, you guys go first. I'm gonna have to think about this for a second. But you guys tell us in the chat who you think the suspect is. Who do you think killed Jason Blossom? And maybe give us a reason why.
Yeah.
I would love to hear theories.
Me first?
Sure, you go first.
I think, once again, it was the parents.
Which Blossoms?
The Blossoms and the...
You think they got together?
No, I think it was more accidental than anything else, possibly. I don't know how, but an accidental shooting in the woods, and boom, now he's dead. It could have been like they got together to scare him. Yeah, see, that's something... Okay, so this is... Was it first or was it after? I don't know if they said
I think he was
postmortem.
tied up first. Then something happened and he got shot.
And
then
he was
frozen?
Yeah. So what I think happened was the fathers both found out that they were running away together. They find Jason. They tie him up to scare him, blah, blah, yada, yada. And while they're trying to scare him, something like, arguing, yelling at him with the gun, bow, gun goes off. Shoots him dead in the head.
I have a
The boy's
similar thing,
dead.
but different people.
The first thing they do,
Yes.
oh my God, what do we do? Take the body, put it inside of a cold, big freezer, and just freeze it. And then they kind of go over, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Okay, we'll put the body back out in the woods. It'll thaw out. They'll find it, and we'll be fine.
Okay.
Boom.
I like it. So you think it's either set of parents that did it? It can't be both.
And they're just trying to.
You think they got it together?
And trying to write it through. Because there was that episode where they were like drinking scotch together and they were talking, and then they started getting heated with an argument, and then they step away from each other. And it was like, what are y'all whispering over? What are you arguing over? Why do you guys even have to talk? Okay. We know that you guys are supposed to hate each other. What's the deal?
Okay. I think it's Jughead's dad.
Ooh.
And I think that's why he's having drinking issues today. And I think that's why he's dealing with so much.
And he has a jacket.
And that's why he has a jacket. And I think it's him because I think that he was working for either the serpents or Hiram, and something went wrong between the two. Mm-hmm. And he like grabbed the gun, probably drunk, grabbed the gun, and to like threaten him, scare him off or something. And then there was a struggle for the gun, and he accidentally shot him. So what you were saying to then. So I think Jughead's dad.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, better than mine. That's why he's like wrestling. That's why he can't. He's trying to push past it, and he can't.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it around on you guys.
All right, here we go.
I think it is. I'm excited to hear this.
I think it's Jughead.
Jughead himself.
All right.
So what if Jughead did that?
What's his why?
And his dad is covering for him.
I don't know. Why would Jughead do it?
I don't know.
All right, but that's okay. That's okay. Come to it. You'll come to it. So, chat. You tell us who you think the suspect is. You tell us who. Whose theory do you think is the most?
Well, Carla says it's the Boy Scouts leader by accident.
We already covered that one. Remember,
I said this whole zombie theory situation.
I know, but they did have that dream sequence where he woke up and the body's
it was very
still.
realistic. And I felt like they very much teetered off from that. I wish they kind of still.
Well, yeah, because he was like, if you remember, he was in the woods with a rifle showing the other scouts how to survive.
Yep.
If it is some kind of throwaway character like that, no.
But remember,
that would be so dissatisfying.
He said he shot the gun in the air and blah blah.
No, you saw a scene where I don't know if it was the kid or if it was him, but a rifle kind of just went off by accident. Yeah. And it jerked. And maybe he did take the body and put it in the freezer somewhere or something.
Maybe. Maybe it just fell into
did a screen.
What I really want to see in the next week's episode.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about next week's episode. I definitely want to see Josie and the Pussycats. We haven't seen them for a couple episodes now, and I'm getting kind of tired of that. And I really want to see them. They're my favorite. Yeah. So I think we will see them. Hopefully.
I think your favorite. They're not even. They're like cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, but still, they bring original music.
They bring the soul, sister flavor.
They bring the moxie. They bring attitude. They bring something special. I like them. I want them to be more incorporated into the show some way, somehow. Not as suspects, but they just seem. I like them.
I agree. I agree.
Very
I think actually they do bring a little bit of something. And I would like to see that. Like I said, the original music that they have to do just for an episode, it's pretty dope.
It just seems so is the word convoluted that I'm looking for? It's just so one track. It's just the same people, but rotated each way or each time. So yeah.
That's true. Actually.
What do you want to see next week or next episode? What would you like to see?
You know what? Honestly, this is what I want to see, but I doubt it's going to happen.
Okay.
I want to know exactly where his body is, because we know that his body was taken from the morgue, right?
No, it's in the morgue.
Or was it?
Yeah, it's in the morgue.
The body's still there, and oh no, that's right. The files were taken. We found out the father took them. Blah blah yada yada. I just want a little bit more of info concerning the murder. That's what I want. I just want
more info. Just
give me something that's oh my god, that gives us more info.
Yes.
And then after that, let us dangle for a little bit longer.
Yes.
I don't mind, but that's what I want.
Next week, what are you expecting?
What to expect when you're not expecting. Wait, I'm getting back. Next week, I want them to get back to the murder mystery. That's why I was interested in this show in the first place. I don't care about anyone's drama right now. I'm sorry. It's episode 9. I don't care.
Yeah.
No Rosario Dawson, please.
Rosario.
I don't give a shit. I'm sick of her in the fucking Defenders.
What?
I need her in Riverdale.
Oh my god.
I don't like her
go
character.
somewhere, Jasmin.
I am right here. I don't like Rosario Dawson.
You need to go somewhere.
She needs to learn who she needs to.
No,
she a hoe.
Cut the screen right here.
No, excuse me. Okay, first of all, you can't sleep with my bae Daredevil and then sleep with Luke Cage. You gotta pick one, girl. You can't have both, okay? Let me have one of them. You take the other.
Wait, she's with Luke Cage? I didn't even finish the second half. Spoiler alert.
Girl, it's been out for months. Get that costing me to pick a bait.
Anyway, are you doing
moving
the Macarena over there?
So, all right, you guys. So
No, I didn't finish. God, you went on a tangent about Rosario Dawson.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mickey. Go
No,
for it.
yeah. So I want them to get back to Jason's murder.
Yes.
We need a recap because they had a 3-week break.
Yes.
And if you're trying to get into this show, you probably don't know what the hell's going on or who Jason is, and you didn't really catch the flavor of the first half.
Okay.
So, yeah, I want them to get back into that. I want Betty and Jughead to get back in their Nancy Drew Hardy Boys thing.
Yes.
I think that's a lot more interesting than... I like them as a couple, I do, but I think that they were more of a power couple in that matter.
Yes.
And... yeah, maybe just like cut the stories. There's a lot going on in this episode. Like just
Lots of filler.
Let's just focus
Unnecessary.
on 1 or 2 stories. Let's do Jason's murder and I don't know, maybe I don't know. The Blossom thing with Cheryl and Polly and Cheryl crossing Archie's and Polly's faces out in the yearbook. Let's focus on those 2 for the next episode.
That would be great. I would love to. I see in the chat people were saying actually Archie's mom is gonna be there for next week.
Really?
Carlos Martinez says next week we finally meet Archie's mom.
And
Okay,
it's
cool.
oh God, Molly Ringwald.
That's right.
Very excited for that.
Wow.
Awesome.
60
I wish I was kept
So
surprised.
again,
Spoilers,
we're
guys.
gonna introduce a new plot, and everything's just getting a little too much going on. A lot of
see.
loose ends, and
see.
I think we have 6 more episodes left.
Yeah, we have like 14 episodes, or 14 or 16 episodes in this season, which is quite a lot actually. But I'm excited. I want to see next week. We're gonna have something fresh and new. So
I'm excited to try to get this table read together. Who would you
I
be,
forgot
Daniel?
you
You gonna be Jughead? You gonna be Archie?
I don't know.
You gonna be one of the Pussycat dolls?
Those are heavy. One of the Pussycat dolls I may be.
There you go.
You have to wear that leotard.
Maybe. For the table read, I will. Leotard for a table read.
Who would you be, Miggy?
I would be...
Betty.
Who do you think I would be? You think I would be
Betty.
Betty? All right. Not
I think you'd be
Veronica?
Betty. You could be Veronica if you want to.
She's saying I'm a nutcase.
I could be Jason. I could be Jason
not
for
saying
the table read. Just sit at a
Jason?
table like this.
Just dead. That's Joe. That's Joe's job.
Who would you be?
Either.
You like Cheryl. You
I
probably
like Cheryl a lot. I'd either be Veronica or Cheryl. I vibe with both of them. I fucks with them. They're good. They're awesome characters. I love them. But in any case, we're gonna wrap up today.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys.
When can we see you next, Daniel?
Flash, the Flashpoint after show. Then from there, I don't know.
When is the
be
Flashpoint
filling in.
after
I think it's next week. I don't know for sure.
You don't know
I
what
think they
day
took a vacation.
it is?
I think they took a vacation. And I don't even know anymore.
Oh, that's right,
But you
they
guys
did.
can always find out by just following me on any bit of social media at @TheRealJ_Rome, or make sure you subscribe here so you can always be able to keep up to date, and you'll find out wherever I am, because I'll only be doing stuff for hashtag. I love it so much.
It's so amazing.
Amazeballs. You can catch me on Facebook and Facebook. Miggy Spicy on Facebook, and then Instagram I have Miggy Cosplay, and then am I anywhere else? Twitter also is Miggy Spicy.
Riverdale next week.
I'm gonna be on Riverdale next week.
American Gods at the end of the month.
Okay, what? You don't have to narrate my life.
There you go.
I got this, girl.
I'm reminding you.
She's helping.
No, I didn't know what social media handles I had.
That I don't know. I can't help
I don't
you
have
there.
the Snapchats.
Why not? You need a Snapchat. So
You might be able to catch me on Tinder or Bumble.
You may have swiped right or left. I don't know.
I don't know.
Face.
But yes, we're going to come to you with a new after show for American Gods premiering on the Starz Network. And then I'm not sure if we have any conventions in the lineup for this month, but we do have Free Comic Book Day on May 6th. So check out your local comic book stores because everywhere they're throwing little events here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Jasmine, where can we find you?
Probably be on Riverdale next week. Who knows? I don't know. I'm a fucking ninja. I just pop up wherever I am. But that Dragon Ball Super on Saturdays with who knows?
You guys still doing that?
No, I'm doing Dragon Ball, and in the meantime, you can catch me on all social media. Jasmine Loves You X, and we will type down our screen names on the chat once we are done. So if you guys want to follow us there, sometimes it's hard to understand spellings when we're just saying them and not spelling them. But
Carlos is telling you that the Flash is back on the 25th.
Okay, there you go.
Free comic book
also, I am
day
Jughead.
next month. Be there, guys. The entire hashtag squad will be there. So if you wanted to meet any of us, plus free comic books, plus there's gonna be cosplayers, plus there's food trucks. It's just a good time.
People on the chat: Carlos, thanks for joining us. Ryan Ninja Steel, Jezer, Josh, Light Behind Shadow. Thank you guys. This whatever the
Xavier.
hashtag show is. Xavier
And Larry, thank you so much again for the
Thank
super
you
chat.
for
Dude,
the
you're
super
awesome.
chat.
Thank you.
Even though
Keith,
you're probably asleep.
Thank you. And I thought there was one new name on here. Frig, going down. I'm gonna get you. Justin Dolge. First time I've seen that.
Shout out to you, Justin.
Hey,
That's dope.
Justin. Thanks again, guys. I know if you're on the East Coast or even in the Midwest, it's like really late. So
It's really
we
here,
really
too.
appreciate you guys joining us on the live chat. It helps. And the Legion and Riverdale, they're freshman shows, but hopefully for season 2, we can get access to these episodes a little bit earlier so we can have the live show a little bit earlier for our East Coasters. But once again, thank you for tuning in to Welcome to Gingerdale. We will be back next week, 10:30 p.m. for our live show.
Yes.
And make sure you like and subscribe to this channel to keep up to date with everything trending
In
in
geek
geek pop
pop culture.
culture. Good night, guys.
So this is like, oh my god.